And we are live again at Waffle Board Breaks. How's everybody doing? Last day of August. We still have a little bit of summer left, but the last day of August, getting into September for everybody. How are you guys doing? Double box tonight, of course. 33 boxes, 32 boxes are our box odds. There's one double box in that reload. So 14 reload boxes still. We hit two of them last week. From Sunday through Thursday. We hit none on Sunday, I think, and then we hit one Tuesday, one Thursday. So down to 14 new boxes with 15 jerseys. We'll see what comes out tonight. So I have a little bit of old boxes left. Obviously, one from March, two from May, then two from early June, and that's our five oldest boxes. And then we have five from the end of June's reload, and then 9 from July's reload with 14 in the August reload. So looking forward to seeing what we hit tonight. Not rooting for or against anything. You guys have been dedicated and loyal. Thank you for Jason R grabbing that last unsold spot to close us. We'll see if Closing Mojo hits again. It's been doing really well. Not every week, but it's been pretty regular. At least one time a week, it seems. I don't know what the odds are, but Closing Mojo is real. We know that for a fact. Of course, he just has the one spot tonight to close us. But yeah, there we go. We have 34 spots and 33 boxes. The first random, and then we'll have 32 boxes. 32 boxes for our 33 jerseys, depending if we hit the double or not. But good luck, everybody. I'm excited. Obviously, last day of August. We are close to camps. We are a week away, technically, because September 6th is the first camp that opens, and that is the Vancouver camp, but they're going to be in Sweden at the time. So I don't know if it really counts because they're not in North America, but Sweden opens, or Vancouver opens their training camp on September 6th, which is obviously next Saturday, and then most of the other teams open theirs on the 7th through the 9th. I think everybody is open by the 9th. I think my Bolts are open in the 9th. Everybody else, like I said, the Phillies, the Flyers, right down the street here in Voorhees, they'll be opening their camp. I think they open theirs, actually not until the 10th. Flyers and the Blues, the only teams that opened on the 10th. Everybody else opens between the 7th and the 9th, of course, other than Vancouver, who will be opening in Sweden. So, and they're a little bit ahead, almost half a day. Well, 8 hours ahead, but Sweden is where they'll be opening their camp. So we have hockey. We're within a week away from actual lacing them up, even though it's only the camps. And there are a lot of lineup decisions to be made before we go. Still a couple players left unsigned. I'm sure the most notable will be inked before the end of camps. Of course, there's some injury issues that probably cause some free agent signings, but there's not a huge ton of guys. I think the only one that we have in one of our boxes is the Georgiev. Georgiev will probably end up on a team. I was thinking probably possibly Flyers. We'll see if they go that route. They've been pretty open to Euro goalies and Russian goalies in the past, so we'll see if he comes back east to play with the Flyers, but I'm sure he'll end up on an NHL team at some point in time. But like I said, everybody else in our boxes, either current or former, is attached to a team, so everybody out there is kind of in the wind. But there we go. So we're looking forward to it. Hockey is here. We're less than a week away officially for Vancouver to start, and then everybody else will be in camp by the 10th. So this week, obviously we have Tuesday and Thursday Facebook fills, and then of course next Sunday's double box, which will get us into the 20s, which is pretty crazy. So 33 and 32 are our box outs tonight. Be 31 and 30 for Tuesday and Thursday, and we'll be in the 20s for next Sunday. So get ready, rocking and rolling. Get your bids ready. Once we get to the 20s, I'm sure it'll be pretty crazy. I'd like to welcome back pretty good crowd tonight. We had about a dozen people have spots. Welcome back. Sadiq is in town. Took some heavy spots. Good luck to him. I know he's got a bunch. Let me see who else we got here tonight. Jason R closed us. Big Al, of course. Nick G came correct. CK has some spots. James M has at least a couple, I think. Ron's got a couple. Like I said, Sadiq went heavy. Shirley McKay is a couple. Our Sunday visitor, eBay. No Ryan S, I believe. Ryan S, I did send your puck out. I don't know if you're watching, but everybody who had stuff due is in the mail already. Saturday, so even with the holiday tomorrow, stuff should be in the mail. So everybody should be getting their stuff this week. I know we have CK's got a jersey. You got Mike H, Nick G. Of course, you get the jersey and the hat. So looking forward to seeing that Barkov hat arrive. And Ron, of course, hit Eric Stahl. Who else we have time? Larry V. Larry V's got one spot, I believe. Larry V's in. Larry V hit the How a week or so ago, so he's still living off the high there. Who else we got? Anthony C's got his spot. Mike H has a couple. Thomas M's got a spot. Good grab one late. He might have been out fishing. Who knows where he was when most of them were ending. But he snuck in at the 11th hour and grabbed the second to last spot. So good luck to you, Thomas. Sometimes you only need one spot to hit. I know Ryan S has proved that. Nick F has proved that. Like I said, we have one spotters hit all the time. So I'll never frown upon one spotters. Sometimes that's all it takes to hit. But of course, when you grab a bunch, obviously your odds have improved. It's good to see Sadiq bet. Sadiq has started to fall down the rankings. I think he's still at the bottom of the top 10 overall. But he's been well passed from a bunch of our regulars. Obviously, Big Al, CK, and Ron are well out in front. Then we have Mike H is in there. Steve S, who hasn't been around in a while, he's still pretty high up there. Trying else we said. Who else here is in the top? Mike H, of course, I said. Let me see. Larry, I think Larry might be just ahead of Sonic. Sonic is, like I said, Sonic's been missing for a while, so he hasn't been active. So he's been passed by a bunch of people lately. James M's is up there. I'm trying else is probably close to where he is. Anthony C still there. Thomas M probably all close to where Sadiq is. Says he hasn't been around, so he's let you guys catch up to him. So depending on what his schedule is, it's nice to see him back regular, maybe on Tuesday and Thursday. We'll see how that goes. Just let you guys know, I'll get the spot price preview up again, of course, tonight, so you guys will know. Won't be much change. Like I said, it's I try to do as good as I can for you guys with spot prices. Of course, they'll go up a little bit. Obviously, last week was the first level break with the reload in there, so some of the spots will move up a little bit, but pretty good across the board. Not going to be too much movement, but so I thank you much. Appreciate the continued support. Like I said, spot price will be good for both breaks, Tuesday and Thursday, so you don't have to worry about them changing no matter what hits. Tuesday won't affect your spot prices. Of course, whatever comes out tonight may affect a little. We'll see what it is, but obviously, I have 30-something spots to get priced and ready for you guys. We'll see what comes out. But like I said, I'm excited. Like I said, the Blue Jays won today. Finally got up to Schneid after two miserable performances against Milwaukee, best team in the league, Milwaukee. And Toronto's really only two teams I think have more wins in baseball than the Jays. So it's not like they're in last place or anything like that. But I mean, they really have struggled as of late. Playing 500 ball is struggling for them. They're pretty far up. They're still, I think, 4 games up in the division. I think that's where they are. So you got heavy. September is a gauntlet. Obviously, we have the Reds in first, and of course, Yankees after that. The last series against them. I know we have Boston the second to last series, and Tampa, I think, wrapped them around. So we got 4 and 3 against Tampa to end the season with Boston in the middle. Last 6 are at home, where Jays have really played well. I think they have the best home record in baseball. But we'll see. Like I said, there's some, there's other stuff in the middle of September there. It's gonna be a tough run. Like I said, they're gonna win the division. They're gonna earn it. I think they're almost a lock for the playoffs. But at this point in time, they would like to have that home field advantage. They played well at home in front of the Sky Dome, unless you want to call it Rogers Center, which I don't. The Sky Dome, not the Sky Dome, it's just Sky Dome. I remember when they named it, it was Sky Dome. So it's always going to be Sky Dome until they tear it down and they can name the new one Rogers Emporium, or the Rogers Coliseum, or the Rogers Stadia. I don't care what they call it, but it's always gonna be Sky Dome to me. You can't make me change it. Try to look for one of those old Stadium Club, top Stadium Club baseball sets that was in. It came. The box was a shaped plastic, like those old ice cream bowls. It was shaped as a Sky Dome. So I never got one, but like I said, I know you pick them up for like $5 on the secondary market because there wasn't any rookies, and they probably have all brick at this point in time, so you can't even separate the cards anymore. I'm sure somebody has them in someplace, and I probably should find one, but I just have the copy of that Sky Dome, just on the shelf. But so obviously, if you guys collect cards, and depending on what your favorite teams are, obviously September is going to be a gauntlet. Like I said, there's some pretty good races left. Even the NL East, where Phillies have grabbed a couple more games after getting swept up in New York. The Mets, of course, faltered because they're not a real team, and I think they're back up to 6 games. I think on the Mets, so that's probably the division to end at some point in time soon. I don't know what the magic numbers are yet. I'm sure they are figuring out, but you're up 6.5 games. You're feeling pretty good, barring any injuries or any drastic collapses. I mean, stranger things have happened in the past, but Jay's up at 4 on both New York and Boston. I know you got a tough 3-game series against each one of those in September. Yankees coming up in another about 3 games from now, and of course they play each other as well, which is be helpful. I mean, if one of them they knock each other off, that prevents them both from gaining ground. So we'll see. Like I said, it's going to be a fun September, of course, for baseball. It's and of course it's good because we're getting into the camps, and then so something. I mean, obviously camps is not real special time yet, but you're trying to prevent guys from getting hurt, and as you get closer and closer to their final rosters for the NHL teams. I saw something today online. They were talking about how Kachuk, they're hoping, I said I did Thursday, that they're planning on him being on the USA team for the Olympics, and I expect him back. They expect him back, I guess, in January sometime, I guess, because of the surgery that he had a short while ago. And they talked about what was it? Time to get, you know what? The Utah jersey's coming. Just speaking of the devil, a Utah jersey is coming. So, all about that. So here we go. Finally getting Utah, the UHC. Now, I was going to wait until they actually have like a logo, which they do, but they don't have the jerseys in signature version yet. But it's nice to get an Utah into the break finally. So that'd be cool. So that'd be next reload. We're going to have a Utah in there, which is going to be fun. Like I said, I'm already working on the next reload. I'm probably about 3/4 of the way, and I got a couple backups of stuff that's boxed up already. So can always drop them in there as a reload option. Like I said, nothing I have is a actual duplicate of the boxed up stuff. So even if something hits in the box, usually I have a variant of that, whether it's a different color or a different style or different team. But I try not to put the same name in there. In fact, I managed even to avoid having Brady and Matt Kachuk at the same time. So that's just been luck on my part. I think we've had a couple same names, but they've been very drastically different of who they are. I think one used to get claimed very early, and the other one got claimed, relatively late. So we never had any issues with people claiming the exact name. But we'll see. Like I said, that's for our Tuesday, Thursdays. Obviously, the Sunday stuff doesn't matter because you're bidding on the spots. But it's going to be nice to get a Utah jersey in there. Like I said, I didn't watch tons of their games this year. Obviously, they're at a time when, I'm busy watching Eastern stuff, and when they stuff kicks off. And usually I tune into the later stuff because it's good to watch Colorado. It's fun to watch, the good young players, San Jose, Anaheim, those teams. Vancouver's fun to watch. And, of course, Calgary and the Kings. So Utah's kind of in the middle where I didn't catch a ton of their games. Similar to Dallas. I probably watched Colorado as more of the middle of America. Not kind of East Coast, West Coast. Everything else is kind of in the middle to us, from Nashville, Chicago, St. Louis, Utah, the Colorado, the Texas, Dallas. I mean, of all those teams, I'll probably watch Colorado, of course, because they're on the most. Yeah, you'll see. Like I said, I mean, hey, like I said, Shirley McGay is overly due. I said you've got more wins than Ryan. Obviously, the two Sunday people, but and the Ryan did get lucky and hit the puck last week when one of the givvies. So, like I said, everybody was eligible to win the givvies. Ryan S walked away with the Daniel Sedin puck, which is cool. And of course, Nick G, who hit the Cheadle jersey first, he managed to hit the Barkov hat trick hat, serial number 16. That was cool. It was good to give that away. Like I said, I've had that, probably almost from, when he got that. Obviously, that was 2018, I think, when he got that, probably not long after, because I had Barkov, and I also have a Matthew Barzal, the first hat trick hats, autograph hats. So the Barkov, I said, you know what, it's time to give away the Barkov. I said, just to do you guys right, hit my 500 box. Obviously, today is boxes 504 and 505. I have to go ahead and see when I want to do another giveaway for you guys. I don't know if I want to wait till close to Christmas, probably something before then. Obviously, once we get the season kicked off, the end of September and October, I'll probably try to get something maybe on Halloween, try to figure out which box I want to do it for. But I don't know which number it would be, but it'd probably be in the next reload point, some point in time, because obviously the next reload will be towards the end of September, probably the third or fourth week. So I think we got, let me see, we're at 33 and 32 tonight. So we've got probably another 2 full weeks after this week before the reload would probably be on the 21st, I believe. So we'll see. Like I said, everybody's luck can change. I mean, we've had a lot of people go on long droughts, and before they hit, then we have people go on crazy heaters where they hit multiple times. Like I said, we've had turkeys where people have hit 3 different jerseys in a row, which is insane, especially since you can't do it on the same night. So your luck has to carry over. So it's always fun to see that. But like I said, we do 2 on Sunday. I said you could do 3. Obviously, you hit the double box, you hit both, and you hit the other box. You could hit 3 theoretically on the same night, but usually people have to do it over at least 2 different nights, or 3, obviously, with the turkey, which is absolutely crazy. When you're on a heater like that, you should be buying lottery tickets by the fistful, because that luck comes and goes, and it's gone before you know it. So it's always nice to enjoy it when you have. And some of you guys have been really, really hot in the past, and I've enjoyed, kind of through your eyes, being that kind of hot, which is great. Like I said, I don't have the opportunity to be in as many breaks as I was for many years. So, I mean, now kind of I'm another option now is kind of hang at Big Al's and grab a spot over there. Obviously, we're looking to see Monday and Wednesday for him. He's got the rest of that series that we still have potential Ovechkin and McDavid. So we still got, and there was, I think, 60 in that series. He had 15 to start. I think he's getting 6 more. So it probably, I mean, you're looking, I'll have a third of the series, over the third of the series when it's all said and done. He did hit Patrick Waugh, the big name on and I think he hit the Matthews. So I mean, I don't know if he hit the Matthews last series. Definitely hit the Patrick Waugh this series. Some big names. He's hit a couple of headliners, but 6 new boxes. Everybody's potential to hit there with the other 45 spots, because we rely on any other history with that product. We don't know who's buying the other ones. We don't know who's opening. We have no idea. So that's more sight unseen, because you have 45 games, but you don't know what's in 6 boxes. At least here, like I said, you guys know, there's 33 boxes on the table, and you know exactly which jerseys are in there. We just don't know which ones. The only box I know for sure is box 53. That's the oldest box from back in March. 2 boxes from May and early June. So we have 50 shot, 81, 86, and 99 and 6. So those are the 5 on the left column. In the middle, we have 7 of each, and that's the late June and the July reload. The rest of them are on the shelves. So we'll see. So good luck. I said nothing else today. I said other than the 2 boxes this week, Tuesday and Thursday. So get ready for me to get the spot price preview up, and then you guys could obviously check the bids when they go live on Tuesday for next Sunday. So other than that, enjoy your holiday tomorrow, whichever may be doing. I know a lot of people spend some time with family and friends today, and then of course tomorrow is the actual holiday, and then we'll get back to work on Tuesday. So whatever hits, like I said, I'm not mailing out today and Tuesday and Thursday, probably till the weekend. So, but everything else is in the mail. So look forward to seeing that stuff arrive. I'm not sure if you'll be getting stuff, Wednesday, Thursday at the latest, depending how many zones away you are. But we'll get going. Let's get going to 2 boxes tonight. So good luck, everybody. Let's see what we got. Let me see. Let me get my randoms up. Ooh, my dice roller. Okay, and my lists. Okay, here you guys go. Of course, always 5 or more on our box random. We're going to do 5 or more, and then we'll come up with our first box, back that box out from the list, and we'll do 5 or more on the second roll for the second box. So boxes are here, still in order. 53 is our oldest. 8186 from March. 53 is March. 8186 from May. 996 from early June. 16 through 32 are the end of June. 36 through 48 are the July. 50 through 66 is the August reload. So good luck, everybody. I'm excited. Can't wait to see it comes out today. Ooh, it's fun. Like I said, it's a good week. Weather's been good. It's good to have an extra day off tomorrow, depending on what you guys are doing with it. And then, of course, we're getting hockey at the end of the week, the 6th. I'm not sure if you're able to watch any of the video from over in Sweden, but it'd be cool to catch actual players on actual ice getting ready for this coming season. So, it's you feel it. Even though it's baseball time, September, football's about ready to start. College football's on today, and it'd be nice to see hockey back. So, a little bit of everything. So here we go. 5 or more in a dice roll, and it is 9 times the first box. 9 times, guys. Good luck. See what we got. Good luck, everybody. 33 boxes. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And the first box we're going to open tonight is going to be box number 62. 62 is the reload. 62 it is. 62. Here we go. 33 boxes. 9 times. Box 62. Let's back that out. Okay. 62. 62 will go away. Boom. Okay. 32 boxes. 5 or more. Let's see what we got. 9 times again. 9. 6. Here we go. 9 times. 32 boxes. 2. 9 and 9. What's up with the 9s? 3. 4. 5. You couldn't try to roll 9 back to back. 7. 8. Okay, here we go. The second box is going to be box number 6. 6. 6. 6 is an older box. 9 times. Box 6. Okay. 6. 6. 62 and 6. Okay. 32. 9 times. Box 6. Okay, doggies. Okay. 62 is sideways. Box 6 is the bottom on the column of older boxes. 62 and 6. Okay. 62. Okay, we got a bunch of people in this run. 3. Okay, 12 different people tonight. I think at least 8 people are live in box 62. 62. Okay, good luck, everybody. Box 62. All right, have no idea what any of these boxes. So we got a 50-50 shot on the other one. Okay, here we go. Box 62. What are you going to show us? This is the Toronto Maple Leafs. Darcy Tucker Reebok. Darcy Tucker. There it is. That is a David Adams COA. Darcy Tucker blue ink sig. Darcy Tucker matching hollow sticker. Darcy Tucker Reebok. Toronto Maple Leafs. There we go. Tucker in the house. Darcy Tucker. Reebok. Maple Leafs. There we go. The pretty Maple Leaf logo on the Reebok jerseys. Very, very nice. Like I said, I love the Reebok. I love the texture of the jersey material. Like I said, I was not a fan when they first switched over from the CCM and Coho and Nike, and Reebok got the contract, but I've grown to love them. Such beautiful, beautiful jerseys. They did a nice job. So there we go. Darcy Tucker. Darcy Tucker goes to Thomas M. One shot magic. There we go. Came late to the party. Hope the fishing was good. There we go. I know you've been a bit of a snide, but there we go. All it takes is one spot to hit. Darcy Tucker going to Thomas M. Congratulations. I don't even know if he's here. He's probably busy cleaning fish. Congratulations, Thomas. Very, very nice. Very nice to see that. Like I said, I was wondering where you were. Like I didn't see you as a winner of any of the bids, and usually your usual spots. I know you switch up. You've gotten pretty random, so I was actually kind of surprised to see you on the Tucker spot. So there we go. There we go. Thomas M comes through with the Darcy Tucker. Congratulations, fine sir. There we go. There we go. Box 6. Let's see. We got 50-50 shot on this one. Oh, these are both nice in this run. So let me see what comes out tonight. Box 6 gives us such a beautiful jersey. This has been a target for many, many, many moons. Big Al finally hits the Patrick Laine Adidas Alt with the cannon. Columbus Blue Jackets, AJ Sports, COA, Patrick Laine. Currently in Montreal, Canadian, but this is such a beautiful, beautiful jersey. This was right out of the PC too. Columbus Blue Jackets, autographed, alternate Adidas. So that's actually when AJ's, for a short period of time, that was their new paper COAs. They don't even use them anymore. So it's probably about a year or so they did it that way. There we go. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. Look at the different color of the blues. Come on. Unbelievable. Columbus Blue Jackets, fire off the cannons. We fight. We march. One of the coolest things they do is they got the cannons. Just such the material they used on the alternate. I mean, unbelievable. Just a stunning, stunning jersey. Obviously, it's kind of like an off-white, not quite white. It's like almost like a cream. And then the blue is clearly a different blue. You see different blue than the Tucker Reebok. But there it is. Unbelievable. Of course, fight strapped up on the Adidas alternate Columbus Blue Jackets. Such a pretty, pretty jersey. Unbelievable. There we go. Long-time target finally comes through for Big Al. Congratulations, fine sir. There we go. Very, very nice. It's a blue kind of night. Boom. The Darcy Tucker and the Patrick Laine. Congratulations, Thomas. Congratulations, Big Al, finally hitting that target. Been there a long time. Been gunning for that. It's such a beautiful jersey. Like I said, when I added it for my PC, I said, this is just such a nice jersey. I mean, I can't hold on to it. Like I said, I like Laine. Obviously, he's moved on from Winnipeg to Columbus to Montreal, and Doesn't matter. That jersey's such a beaut. It's a fantastic hit. Sorry, of course, for everybody that did not hit. Your odds are now down to 1-31 on Tuesday. So make sure you grab your spots. I'll be posting the spot price preview tonight before I'm done. Of course, I got to start everything on Tuesday to end next Sunday as well. But congratulations, two absolute beautifuls. Darcy Tucker, Reebok, Toronto Maple Leafs, and Patrick Laine, Columbus Blue Jackets, Adidas alternate jersey. Long-time target, finally comes through. Congratulations to you, Big Al. Very, very nice. Love seeing targets ended up in people's hands. Of course, it's always nice to see one spotters hit like Thomas did. They said it could be a heavy, long-time target. It could be a one spotter out of the blue. So there it is. That randomizer shines a light on both those guys tonight. Congratulations, Thomas and Big Al. And I look forward to seeing everybody over at Big Al's tomorrow night. If he's doing a Monday night break, I'm not sure if the holiday throws it off. But if not, we'll definitely be back here on Tuesday night for the Facebook claim, 8 p.m. Eastern time. Get your fingers ready. Get your names typed up. I'll get the prices up tonight, so you'll see them. It won't be much different than last week. But like I said, we'll look forward to 2 boxes this week and then into the double box in the 20s next week. So thank you much, everybody. Waffleboard Breaks appreciates continued love and support. Love all you guys as well. Enjoy your holiday tomorrow. Stay safe. Kiss your family and friends. And I will see you on Tuesday. Take care, guys. Waffleboard Breaks is out.